And I was very lucky through a guy called Leigh Brown, who was involved with Bernie Eccleston. They sold me a Formula One car, and it came with John Watson as the driver. Had a very, very successful season. We were the most successful privateer, as we were known in those days, and we got 6 points, which was unheard of.
Right.
And the most important one was 1 point at Monte Carlo.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for speaking to me today, Paul. Really appreciate it. I'm absolutely loving being here, and yeah, it's as I say, I feel like a schoolboy again.
Well, that's the idea. Yep.
These cars. So, just last question for you. We've talked about your first car, your favourite car. Beyond the E-Type, what's your favourite car in the showroom at the moment?
In the showroom, one behind you, the
fantastic.
Z8.
Okay.
And the Z8.
Could you show me around it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perfect.
The Z8, let me just give you a little bit of the history. BMW knew they were going to buy Rolls-Royce.
Okay.
And they wanted to understand hand-built. And that was hand-built.
Okay.
Made of aluminium.
Yeah.
And they built just over 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there was an argument between the marketing department and the design department.
Right.
And they launched the car on run-flat tyres.
Okay.
Huge mistake.
Right.
Because it was never designed. So it got a really bad reception from the press, saying the car doesn't handle and all this kind of thing. All you needed to do was put it onto radio plies.
Oh, really?
Transform the car, because that's how it had been designed to run on radio ply. And then a couple of small mods, BMW designed a crossbar at the front because it tended to flex a bit.
Right.
And that was put on, and then there was an upgrade for the gearbox.
Yeah.
You do those 3 things and you've got an amazing car.
Fantastic.
Really
Can
amazing.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Fantastic. So I remember this as being the James Bond car, Pierce
Yes.
Brosnan era, isn't it?
Yep. They were an emotional product from BMW's perspective, from our perspective. Unfortunately, as I say, when they got launched, they got a bad reception.
Yeah.
But that's all gone now. People realise that was just a moment in time. So we were the top seller of Z8s in the UK because they didn't bring many in.
Right.
And because I loved them, we always had a new one or a used one around. And we actually, rather stupidly, did convert one to right-hand drive, but only one.
Yeah, okay,
And
never again.
I don't know what happened with that. It went. But other than that, they're all left-hand drive. But they're such a beautifully built car. It's got all the German input into it, with a bit of the je ne sais quoi of the UK.
Right.
So I say doors, everything, all fits, all works.
And
it's just,
stylistically, I can see why you like it as well, because it is a little bit reminiscent of the E-Type.
yeah,
Certainly in the rear.
front engined,
Yeah.
you know, evolution. Yeah, if you'd have said it was designed by Jaguar, no one would argue.
No, absolutely not. It's stunning. It's just very special, isn't it? I love the vents on the side.
Everything's perfection.
Yeah.
And as I say, I do not understand. There were, of the 5,700, I think they made about 3,200 were American spec,
Right.
which wasn't as good.
Okay.
So the ones that are valuable are the European cars. And then Alpina made a very small number of them, which was automatic with an Alpina engine, and they're valuable as well.
Is that quite typical for Alpina? I thought they tended to be, because they're sporting.
I don't quite know why, but for some reason they decided to,
Okay,
because
so
there
they
was
were
manual from the factory, so they thought they were doing automatic.
Okay, so yeah, just something a bit different. That's fantastic. I can see why you like it. I mean, it's stunning.
But if you look at everything, the gaps, it's a perfection.
Is it? Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah, you've got the eye for it. I mean, I just see the overall picture, but you've been doing it for...
Well, about 70% of them are silver.
Right, okay, yeah.
And a very tiny number are black.
Yeah,
and to me, black is the...
It's the colour.
Is the colour, yeah.
Fantastic. Paul, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today. It's been a pleasure. And I'm just going to take a look around.
Yeah,
Probably
do
stay
make
till
yourself
about
at home.
6 o'clock tonight. If that's
Oh,
all right.
right. Yeah. You can take pictures of the cars on the
And
walls.
I've got an order for the 911 there, and I'm thinking about the E-Type as well, so
Oh, right.
we'll see.
Yeah.